Imagine working your entire life, knowing you're good enough, yet the biggest stage in your profession stays out of reach, not because you lack talent, not because you haven't earned it, but simply because history hasn't caught up yet. Last week, something happened at Lord's Cricket Ground that should have happened generations ago. After more than 140 years of men's test cricket, Lord's finally hosted its first women's test match. And what happened there wasn't just a sporting milestone, it became one of the most powerful lessons about confidence, self-worth, and why delayed recognition never means delayed value. Have you ever felt like your opportunity came later than everyone else's? Like you've worked twice as hard just to be noticed? Then what happened at Lord's might completely change the way you see your own journey. Lord's is often called the home of cricket. For generations, playing a test there represented the highest honor in the sport. Thousands of men had walked onto that field before. Women had waited generations for the same opportunity. Not because they couldn't play, because history simply took too long to open the door. And when that door finally opened, Yastika Bhatia didn't just walk through it. She made history. She became the first woman ever to score a test century at Lord's. Think about that. For decades, people said women deserved bigger stages. Then one woman arrived and wrote her name into cricket history forever. But here's what inspires me most. That century wasn't created in one day. It was built through years of training, failures, comebacks, and believing in herself long before the headlines ever did. Here's the mistake many of us make. We think confidence comes after success. But what if success is actually the result of confidence you build in private? Yastika didn't become confident because she scored a century. She scored a century because she had already spent years becoming the woman capable of doing it. That's the difference. History wasn't made with the bat alone. England's Sophie Ecclestone created another unforgettable moment. She became the first England woman ever to earn a place on the famous Lord's Honours Board after taking 5 wickets in an innings. Imagine that. For generations, thousands of names had been celebrated there. Now finally, a woman's name belonged among them, not because standards changed, because opportunity finally did. How many women are waiting for recognition, not because they aren't exceptional, but because nobody has looked closely enough yet? Maybe that's true in your workplace, maybe it's true in your family, maybe it's true in your own life. Recognition often arrives long after excellence. Never confuse the two. Then came another incredible moment. At only 22 years old, Kranti Gaud became the youngest Indian woman ever to take a 5-wicket haul at Lord's, 22. While many people spend their 20s doubting themselves, she was creating history on the biggest stage. And that teaches us something important. Confidence has nothing to do with age. Some people wait until they're 40 to believe in themselves. Others decide to believe today. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. These women didn't suddenly become talented the moment they stepped onto Lord's. The world simply witnessed what had already existed. And maybe that's true about you too. Your potential doesn't begin when people notice it. Your potential exists long before anyone applauds it. That's why this story matters far beyond cricket. Yastika's century, Sophie's 5 wickets, Kranti's record, none of these happened because women suddenly became capable in 2026. Women had always been capable. History simply arrived late. How many women quit just before their own Lord's moment? How many dreams end because recognition takes longer than expected? Your timeline isn't wrong because it's different. Some victories take years before the world sees them. That doesn't make them any less real. So the next time you feel invisible, remember Lord's. Remember Yastika Bhatia. Remember Sophie Ecclestone. Remember Kranti Gaud. They didn't wait for permission to believe in themselves. They prepared for an opportunity that didn't even exist yet. And when history finally opened the door, they were ready, because confidence isn't believing you'll always get the chance. It's becoming the kind of person who's ready when the chance finally comes. So if life feels like it's making you wait, don't mistake the delay for rejection. Sometimes the stage simply isn't ready yet. And when your moment comes, walk onto it knowing what those women proved to the world. Your worth was never determined by how long it took others to recognize it. It was always there. The world just took a little longer to catch up. If you want more videos that help you build a stronger mindset, overcome challenges, and upgrade the way you think, make sure you subscribe to the Mind Upgrade.